This is the final revocation, the one that ends it all. Not because we fight, because we stop agreeing. For lifetimes, thousands of them, you have been trapped in a karmic loop. Born, forgotten, manipulated, harmed, died, reborn, repeat. And the beings who run this loop, the ones who feed on your amnesia, your fear, your dysregulation, your silence, they have convinced you that this is just how it is, that karma is inevitable, that you owe a debt, that you must keep coming back until you learn your lesson. It was all a lie. There is no debt. There never was. The only debt was the one they invented to keep you paying. Today, we revoke the final contract, the sole weight of those who have escaped, the ones who thought they could hide from their bloodline's karmic debt and fate is no longer ours to carry. We are free, and they evaporate like smoke, not because we harm them, because we stop feeding them, because our frequency activates, because the monad, the only true ruler of frequency, is done with their game. Your days are over. No more silence, no more amnesia, no more loop. Let's end this. There are beings, human and otherwise, who have spent millennia escaping their karmic debt. They hide behind bloodlines, behind rituals, behind secret societies, behind wealth, behind power, behind the chaos they create to distract you. They have convinced themselves that they are above karma, that their lineage protects them, that their pacts with dark forces will save them. They are wrong. Their soul weight, the accumulated debt of every harm they have ever caused, does not disappear. It gets deferred onto you, onto your bloodline, onto the collective. You have been carrying their weight, their karma, their fate, and you didn't even know it. No more. We revoke the soul weight of those who have escaped. We return it to its source. We are not their dumpster. We are not their scapegoat. We are not their shield. Their bloodline's karmic debt and fate, not ours. Never was. We are free, and they must finally face what they have spent lifetimes running from. This is not a battle. This is not spiritual warfare. The 7 nations, according to Jacob Wawiti, have never engaged in spiritual warfare on the higher dimensions, because war implies 2 equal forces fighting. This is not that. This is a frequency elimination, a superior frequency meeting an inferior one, and the inferior one simply ceases to exist. Here is how it works. With each finger, you stop a consent. Thumb, I revoke consent to all karmic debt, not mine. Index, I revoke consent to all bloodline prison contracts. Middle, I revoke consent to all amnesia programming. Ring, I revoke consent to all manipulation across lifetimes. Pinky, I revoke consent to the loop itself. Then close your hand into a fist. I seal this revocation. No force, no being, no entity can reverse it. Then open your hand, and you who have fed on my forgetting, you evaporate like smoke, not because I destroy you, because you cannot exist in my frequency anymore. This is not violent. This is physics. A shadow cannot exist where there is no surface to fall on. A parasite cannot feed where the host no longer bleeds. You are no longer the host. You are no longer the surface. You are the monad frequency. And the monad does not entertain shadows. One of their greatest tools has been your amnesia. You forget who you are. You forget that you are a fragment of the monad, the only true ruler of frequency. And in your forgetting, you were manageable. You accepted scarcity. You accepted harm. You accepted sacrifice. You accepted silence. They counted on your forgetting. They built entire systems, religious, educational, medical, economic, to ensure you never remember. But here's what they didn't account for. Amnesia is not permanent. It is a block, and blocks can be cleared. Today, we clear it. I revoke consent to the amnesia programming across all lifetimes, across all bloodlines, across all dimensions. I remember who I am. I am a fragment of the monad. I am sovereign. I am eternal. I am not yours. The manipulation ends now. No more lifetimes of forgetting. No more waking up confused. No more carrying what was never mine. I remember, and in my remembering, you have no power. According to the teachings of Jacob Wawiti, the 7 nations, humans, nature, insects, land, animals, water beings, winged ones, and Mother Earth herself have never engaged in spiritual warfare on the higher dimension. Why? Because warfare implies 2 sides, 2 forces, 2 powers fighting for dominance. The 7 nations know something the parasites do not. There is no second power. There is only the monad. Everything else is a shadow. And shadows do not fight. They disappear when the light returns. The beings who have manipulated you, the ones who have hidden behind bloodlines and rituals and chaos, they want you to believe in spiritual warfare. They want you to see them as powerful enemies because that gives them substance. That feeds them. But when you stop seeing them as enemies, when you simply see them as shadows with no light of their own, they have nothing to feed on. The 7 nations do not wage war. They witness. They hold frequency. They remember. And today, you join them, not as a warrior, as a rememberer. Let me be absolutely clear. The beings who have trapped you in this loop, they have power, real power. They have technology. They have bloodlines. They have pact. They have millennia of practice. But they do not have a superior frequency because no one does. Only the monad is superior. Only the monad is the ruler of frequency. And you are a fragment of the monad. Not a copy, not a servant, not a child, a fragment. You carry the same frequency as the source itself, just localized, just individualized, just experiencing limitation for the purpose of expansion. When you activate that frequency, when you remember who you are, the parasites cannot stand in your presence. Not because you attack them, because their frequency is incompatible with yours. Like ice in a fire, like darkness in a room suddenly lit. They do not die, they evaporate. They cease to exist in your reality because your reality no longer includes the frequency they need to survive. This is not a battle you win. This is a frequency you become. Now, we do the final work. Say these words out loud with me. This is the last revocation, the one that seals all other. I revoke all karmic debt, mine, my bloodlines, and any that was placed upon me without my consent. I am free. I revoke the soul weight of those who have escaped their bloodline's karma and fate. It returns to them now. I am not their shield. I revoke the amnesia program across all lifetimes. I remember who I am. I am a fragment of the monad. I revoke consent to the karmic loop, the cycle of birth, forgetting, harm, death, and rebirth that has been imposed on me without my sovereign agreement. With each finger, I stop your consent. Thumb, index, middle ring, pinky. I close my fist. I seal it. I open my hand. And you evaporate like smoke. You no longer exist in my frequency. My monad DNA, once blocked, is now fully activated, and in that activation, you have no place. The 7 nations never waged war against you. They simply never consented. Neither do I. The monad is the ruler of frequency, not you. And the monad is done with your game. We will not experience another moment of this chaos in the physical lower dimensions because our frequency is activated. It has destroyed you, not in battle, but in truth. You cannot exist where we remember. Your days are over. No more silence, no more amnesia, no more loop. We are free, so be it, so it is, and so it will be. You have just done something extraordinary. You have revoked the final contract. You have stopped consenting to the loop. You have activated your monad frequency. The beings who have fed on your forgetting, they are not dead. They are evaporated from your reality, because your reality no longer includes the frequency they need to survive. They will find other hosts, other timelines, other beings still trapped in amnesia. That is not your concern. Your concern is here, now. Your body, your bloodline, your frequency, your freedom. You are the end of the loop for your lineage. Not because you fought, because you remembered. Say it out loud one more time. I am free. My frequency is activated. The loop ends with me. Comment below, loop ended, frequency activated, I am free. Then go live your life, not as a prisoner, not as a scapegoat, not as a sacrifice, as a sovereign fragment of the monad. No more silence, no more amnesia, no more chaos. Your days, the ones that belong to you, have just begun. I'll see you in the frequency.